So, during the 9th anniversary fan meetup, we did actually see a confirmation on the next category coming to the game. Now, this is the Super Bosses category, which, we've seen last year with Orange Piccolo and LR Ultimate Gohan, the Superheroes category. So, you can kind of guess they're the inverse of each other, and assumingly, well, pretty much confirmed, I would say, Dragon Ball Super Broly, the new full power Dragon Ball Super Broly LR coming, is going to lead this team, because what other reason would they be introducing this category? Usually the anniversary characters do get new categories, or at least one of them, and we are seeing that with this Broly here. Now, in terms of the category itself, right, again, we see superheroes is obviously all the protagonists from Dragon Ball Super, the anime, so we see, even not just anime, but the movie, right, movies, we see Blue Gogeta, Piccolo and Gohan, Vegeta Trunks, LR Gods, Goku and Vegeta here, Tournament of Power stuff, just like 17, 18, Gammas, like all the protagonists from Dragon Ball Super, right, which makes a lot of sense. Now, the only thing about this is that obviously we have movie heroes and movie bosses in the game. The issue with what this category likely is going to be is that it's going to be only select antagonist characters, right? For movie heroes, superheroes, etc. We seen that, it's all of, like even GT heroes, GT bosses. We've seen, for the super type, it's all of the super class characters, like all of the protagonists are all on here. But for the bosses teams, they exclude anyone that's not like one of the main big characters in the movie. For example, for movie bosses, for GT bosses, they exclude like the main big characters from anyone else that's not the main big characters from their arc. But it's like they pick and choose sometimes. It's really weird. But like you can see here, like we have Cooler, but like Cooler Armored Squadron is not on the category. We have Bojack, but Bojack's henchmen are not on the category. We have Turles on this team, but we don't have Amon and Raisin. We don't have the I forgot the other character's name, but the other pairing, right? So it's like really weird how they decided to handle this compared to the superclass category, especially since villains are the ones that really need the help. But today I did go ahead and compile a bunch of characters that I think would actually fit the Super Bosses team, so we can get a good insight about, okay, how good is this team gonna be? I feel like it's probably gonna be pretty bad, but we'll see here, right? Well, let's take a look here. So first and foremost, going through a Battle of Gods, Beerus. I think Beerus is going to be on this category team. Beerus obviously is also on the movie bosses category team, so I would very much presume that he's going to be on Super Bosses. Now, the only issue is, like, a lot of these Beeruses were just put on the movie bosses team, right? Even though he's not from the... Like, if some of these Beeruses are, like, based... Most of them are based off the movie itself rather than just the anime. Like, even LR Beerus, they're on movie bosses, right? But are they going to be put on Super Bosses? I can't really see that for sure. And unfortunately, the reason why is because, again, he is a movie's character. If we take a look at Physical God Goku, right? I think I should have kept the Super Bosses category up. But let's go to Pure Saiyans, right? Physical God Goku is on Movie Heroes, right? If we take a look here. But he's not on the Superheroes team. So, it's possible if all these Beeruses obviously are on the Movie Heroes team, they may not be put on the Super Bosses team, right? That's definitely a very high possibility. You can see, but you can also see here, this S tier God Goku, he was on Movie Heroes. He's still not on Superheroes. So, like, I think this is not, let me bring up superheroes real quick. Sorry, y'all. For some reason I thought this is the superheroes team. I'm just really silly and stupid. We can take a look here at superheroes, right? God Goku, like we have this God Goku, right? That is on the team based from Tournament of Power. This God Goku's on the team, but he is from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, so like it's actual Dragon Ball Super movie. Well, Battle of Gods were obviously Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods. Or Resurrection F, Dragon Ball Z, Resurrection F. So you can see a lot of those God Gokus that are on that category don't end up on this team. Except for LR God Goku, which is not a Movie Heroes. This is not a Movie Heroes God Goku. This is actually the Superheroes version. So I brought Beerus up because I think they might just put him here. Same with Frieza. I did bring them both up. I'm going to have my fingers crossed and say they will appear, maybe. But I would not hold my breath to see them appear because of the fact that they're on movie bosses, right? They're all on movie bosses. So maybe I think the only Frieza that'll appear on this team, like guaranteed, is this Frieza. This Frieza is from Dragon Ball Super. He's on movie bosses already, so I could see him. Actually, I could even see him get an EZA right during the celebration, make him lead movie bosses and super bosses, right? That could be really good. But there is a good chance that Golden Frieza and Beerus, they're not put on the team because they're from the Dragon Ball Z movies and not the Dragon Ball Super movies. So this Beerus, actually, though, he would actually be on the team because he's based off of the anime, right? Is he? He's not actually, no. Right, because he's on movie bosses. Silly me. Okay, so, never mind, because the Vegeta, yeah, Vegeta, because the event you farm Vegeta and Bulma from, where this Beerus also came out with, that event was actually based off of the anime, right? If I'm not mistaken, like that Vegeta and Bulma, that was based off the anime. And obviously that Vegeta and Bulma are on superheroes and not movie heroes. So that's, let me actually wait. Yeah, so it's weird because this Vegeta is on superheroes but was never put on movie heroes. Even though he came out with this Beerus, the one. So I don't know. He's kind of weird. I mean, ideally again they're on the category, but we don't know for sure. Next, we go to the Champa Saga. So we move away from the first two movies here. Champa doesn't really have anything good. Maybe he'll get a card in the future, but this Champa should be on this category team. Not really going to help out this team. This Champa wants Universe 6 allies here for the support ability. And that's like the best situation he's going to be in. He's not really a good unit outside of that. Next, we have Kaba. Kaba, I don't think he'll be on it. I did want to bring him up, but I don't think Kaba will end up on this team. If he does end up on this team, though, there's a slight chance that he could. 50% support, no, 60% Super STR support. Won't really matter, but I mean, you could still just throw him on the team. And I think another character that'll be here could really benefit from this STR cap, which I think I'll just bring him up here. Hit. I think Hit will be on this category team. Obviously, Hit is the main last fight during the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, the Champa Saga. So I assume Hit will be here. Like, you could have both of these guys on the team together, and then that could be pretty cool, right? They can match each other, create orbs for each other, etc., etc. But I do think Hit will be on this team. STR Hit is pretty good right now, actually. I think Broly very easily could be an extreme STR LR, right? I did do a video talking about the typings that I think the characters will have earlier. If you haven't seen that video, feel free to check it out. But I think STR is a pretty big potential typing for this guy. You know, if Broly has shocking speed, that could be a nice link that they'll share together. And then Hit providing the 60% support to Broly could be really, really good. And he's obviously an infinite stacker, right? So that could be really, really good. If Broly's STR hit, this STR hit could be a massive addition to the team. So I do like that already. But like, you know, like so far, it's like, you know, physical Beerus is good against Realm of God's enemies, which is, you know, that does matter, right? There's really good Realm of God's enemies. LR Golden Frieza is still good. I would definitely say he's still good. Champa sucks. Kaba, STR, Kaba, and an STR hit especially, right? None of these other hits are unfortunately valuable at all. Frost, I think Frost would be on the team. It would make sense to me if Frost just put on there, just because he's like evil. He's Universe 6 Frieza. I think, you know, he's like a character that's like, oh yeah, they're just gonna put on there because he's like, you know, evil Frieza, basically. Or, well, Frieza's evil. He's, again, Universe 6 Frieza, right? He's also extreme class, right? He is literally made to be an extreme class character still, so I assume he will be on the boss's team because he is actually extreme class. Especially, I mean, this is the best Frost we got. He's like, okay, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of that STR Frost, honestly. Tech Frost sucks, so it's not that big of a deal, but you know, I guess he's there. Copy Vegeta, I brought him up because he'd be on the team. He sucks. Now, we have Zamasu here. We're heading into Future Saga. Zamasu could potentially be pretty nice for this team. AGL Zamasu, you know, we're able to transform to Fusion Zamasu here. He's a stacker, pretty tanky. He has healing with him. He's just good. He's a good character. Big Bad Boss's character, Nightmare, you know, godly power. Even some of these characters will have godly power. Fierce Battle, obviously, just something that everyone will have. So he could be really, really nice for this team. Just a little extra character you can just throw on the team. I think that'll be pretty nice. If we take a look here in Goku Black, I mean, Goku Black units will potentially work well with Broly. In Goku Black sucks. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it, but the LR Goku Black UZ is really, really good. I mean, again, if they give Broly Big Bad Bosses, Super Saiyan, Big Bad Bosses, First Battle, Legendary Power, if Broly somehow is able to generate Ki on this team, that will actually also be very, very helpful for Rose and Broly, and you could potentially run them as a rotation, especially if Broly is a slot 1 character. I mean, to be fair, Broly probably won't have Big Bad Bosses, but fingers crossed, right? Yeah, that'll be pretty good for Rose. That could be a nice rotation potentially here, and you know, especially with EZA2 on the horizon, STR Rose or AJO Rose, again, could be a nice little buff for this team here. Fusion Zamasu, again, LR Fusion Zamasu is still one of the better designed villain characters in the game in general, so I think Fusion Zamasu's real weakness is his team, but him getting a team like this could potentially help him out, especially with the new Broly character. But again, it depends. Will Broly have Big Bad Bosses? Are they going to give him something like Nightmare, or are they going to keep him just as super class Saiyanlings, right? Which is probably going to most likely be the case, but at least Fusion Zamasu is a character you can still throw here. Crimson Mass Saiyan isn't really going to work. Gowasu and Zamasu won't be on this team. LR Goku Black and Zamasu again. Same thing with LR Rose and Fusion Zamasu. It depends on if they want to give them the links to let them succeed on this team, or maybe they just want this team to be cursed and doomed. Bergamo. I think Bergamo will be here. Not good. Still waiting in EZA. Could potentially be really good on EZA, actually. This dude with the 30% defense raise, multiplicative stats, right? He could be really interesting with an EZA, which is pretty sick, right? Because obviously the defense boost here, and then this is multiplicative, which actually still leads to pretty, like, okay numbers, actually. Funny enough, this Bergamo was able to get like 800k defense back in 2020, so that was pretty nasty. Ribrianne, I think Ribrianne will be here. I think obviously that makes a lot of sense. I think Ribrianne was one of the bigger antagonists during the Tournament of Power. You know, in Ribrianne here, LR Ribrianne, Cocoons, and Rosie was also added to the game in October, so it makes a lot of sense for her to be on this team. I mean, again, Ribrianne is a nice character, but she wants Universe Survival Saga specifically, tournament participants specifically, so I don't really see her being used on this team. Unfortunately, she's not really going to be a good option here, especially, you know, you would like Power Wishes ideally as well for the giant form to be activated very quickly. So, I mean, she'll be here, but it's like she's not really a buff for this team, really. Kale, I think Kale will be on this team. Again, you could run like a Super Bosses like Saiyan Universe 6 team. You could, like, if you throw Heian here, you could have Kale on here, Broly. I think Caulifla will also be on this. I think Kale and Caulifla, because of their fight against Goku in the Tournament of Power, I do think that especially like LR Kale and Caulifla will end up being on Super Bosses, because they did directly fight Goku. Kale directly fought Goku. Caulifla even separately directly fought against Goku in the Tournament of Power. So I would actually be surprised if Kale and Caulifla are not on the Super Bosses category. It was like Kaba. Kaba did fight Vegeta, but he didn't really fight Goku. And I feel like, you know, you can even see with GT Bosses, like a lot of those characters that should be on the team aren't, because they didn't fight Goku. Which is very funny. So I mean, hopefully, again, maybe Haba will be on the team. That'll be sick. But I think Kale and Caulifla will definitely be on this team here, which is nice, because Kale and Caulifla feels like every year or like every other year they get a unit. So I think easily we can see Caulifla Dokkan Fest this year or something, right? So that could be pretty nice. Kefla, I think Kefla will be on this team. I think Kefla, it's about time for her to get an LR too, like relatively soon, especially if we really get into Tournament of Power stuff this year. We could see an LR Kefla. I think that makes tons of sense to me. Right now, Kefla's not good, but, you know, STR Kefla is upcoming on her EZA. And again, she's another character where it's like, if they're Saiyan links, you know, same word race. I could see Fierce Battle. Obviously, she also does get Super Saiyan when she transforms. She could potentially be interesting. And as an STR character, again, if you run Kaba on the team, Paint on the team, right, you know, things could be pretty decent for like STR specifically. Next, Dispo. Dispo's not good. He'll be on the team, I'm thinking. Topo. No good Topos, but he will be on the team, I'm thinking, right? Jiren, same thing, no good Jirens, but Jiren will be on the team, so that's a thing. Broly himself will obviously be on the team, but there's not really a good Dragon Ball Super Broly right now. We're about to get a good one. I would be shocked if they drop Anniversary LR Dragon Ball Super Broly and he's bad. Like it would actually be shocking to me. But they made Ultimate Gohan a little funky, so I guess I will not hold my breath for him to be like. We're gonna wait and see. I would still be shocked if he was bad. Honestly, I just don't see him being bad. So I mean, Broly will be good here, but again, in terms of like overall, I mean, hope maybe this guy can get an easy A2, and that could be nice. But again, that's like what we have right now based on what we know. Not good. Oh, you know, another character. This Broly should be on the team. He's on movie bosses, right? So I assume this will be on the team. But you know, if we're able to get like a Rainbow Orb Changer on this team, right? That could be interesting. Chilai will see again, like if, for example, Chilai is a character. I see that you could argue that, oh, you know, she's technically an antagonist because he's on the Frieza Force, but she actually won't end up being on the category. So that's a thing. And plus, it's not like she was really necessarily bad. She is extreme class, right? But, you know, that probably won't put Chilai on the team as much as we would like. But, you know, I guess super bosses could be mixed with another team that can maybe even get Chilai on there for all we know. We can't really, again, say for sure. But I think they will get on here and they hopefully will easy A. Paragus and Broly, actually, another character. Man, but they're not movie bosses because Paragus. I think that they could still end up on super bosses, but I mean, this character is not on movie bosses, so would it be surprising if they're not on super bosses either? Probably not. Like Golden Frieza and Sorbet probably won't be on super bosses because Sorbet's there. So Paragus, yeah, dang, they should be on movie bosses, man. But whatever, I guess not. So yeah, Broly, Chilai, and Lemo here though. I think they could be on here. Just because they're on movie bosses, and you know, if the new Broly has big bad bosses, if the new Broly orb changes, or if they make orb changing on easy A, like even if the new Broly just orb changes, like Rainbow Orb changes, this character could actually be still good on the team as a support guaranteed dodge character with the 7 orbs. Like they could actually genuinely be an option. Then we have Cell Max. Cell Max is not a card. A lot of people are thinking in part 2 we'll get an LR Cell Max, but nothing's confirmed. We don't know for sure when Cell Max will come, but I did want to bring him up because I feel very confident we're going to eventually get a Cell Max card like that's playable, but right now we do not have one. That's everything though. So I mean, if we take a quick recap, there's one good beer, so let's say one good card. I would say Golden Frieza is a good card. The LR Golden Frieza is like 2 good cards. Nothing for Champa. Kaba, let's say Kaba's okay. Let's give benefit of the doubt that Kaba's there, right? No, honestly, I would say he's probably not going to be there, man. I don't know. I'm gonna take Kaba off. I don't think he's going to be there. Hit STR Hit will be a good card. No good Frost cards in my opinion. No good copy Vegeta. Let's say for Zamasu. Okay, this is 4, 5, and then we'll put Goku Black and Zamasu with 6. 6 good cards here. I think Goku Black and Zamasu is definitely still a good character. Bergamo, nope. I brought him up separately. Ribrian, no. Kale's like, Kale's not, it's gonna be really hard to fit Kale on the team. I'm gonna say for super bosses, no. Same with Caulifla, I'm gonna say no. So that's 5. No, nothing, 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 and nothing. So it's like you'll barely have a team. That's 5 characters, and then barely will be 6. So that'll be such a wonky team too, man. They need to buff this team hopefully this year. Maybe we get an LR Hit. Maybe we get new Caulifla. People are saying like, oh, imagine we get a new Rose in part 2. That could be really funny. But I'm expecting Cell Max to be added to this team in part 2 with the Beast Gohan. Is what I'm thinking personally, but that is this team. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Kind of sucks, but we'll see. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.